Okay, so since I am probably not going to have time to write a guide tonight, I thought I would try to do a quick video about our new projector, just explaining some basic operation things, because we have an event tomorrow that is asking for a projector, and if we want to use this one, hopefully this will give you enough info to do that. So obviously I have it hooked up to HDMI right now, with a power cable going down there. It's got, all the standard connectors you'd expect to see on a projector like this. As you can see, the menu controls both on the projector and on the remote control are much more explicit and intuitive than on the last projector. One weird thing is it does have an on and an off. So just press on to turn it on, and first you'll see this start blinking. It takes a few seconds to turn on because it just has to warm up. And when the picture first shows up, eventually it'll probably look pretty faint at first, but as it warms up, it'll get much brighter and much easier to read. You can see that happening already. So yeah, there we go. Just have HDMI cable going to the laptop here. Obviously it just works plug and play. It detects the signal as soon as you put it in, so you don't have to like look for a signal or anything. This is the distance it wants to be at. In my testing tonight, I have discovered there are a few limitations to this projector that I didn't really know about ahead of time, and they'll take a little bit of adjustment, but they are definitely workable. One of them is it doesn't have, although this is much sharper, much brighter, much easier to read, and has much better viewing angles than the last projector, it doesn't have as much zoom control. So in order to make the picture, basically the zoom control is one of the knobs here on the lens, but it doesn't give you very much. It's basically just, that's as far as it goes in adjusting the size of the screen. Anything else you want to do, you have to move the projector. So that's a little irritating, but we usually don't move the projector much after we set it up anyway, so it's definitely workable. You just have to kind of turn the projector on as you're setting it up, and getting the right, make sure you're getting the right distance. You've also probably saw that there is focus here. There's also a focus ring. So that's pretty self-explanatory. It's just a normal focus ring. What else? There is a button on here called zoom, but it doesn't actually make the entire picture bigger. What it does is it zooms in on the screen, and then I don't know if you can see it on here, but there's a part here telling you can press OK for panning. So if you press OK on the remote, then you can actually move the zoomed portion of your screen around. So that's a lot to explain to people. So I don't know that we're going to be using that much, but I just wanted to let you know that that's what that zoom button does. It doesn't actually enlarge or make smaller the entire screen. So one other limitation is that one of the reasons I got this particular projector was that it said it had auto keystoning, and keystoning is just adjusting the vertical viewing angle, so that if the projector is pointed up and it's at an angle, you can change it. And that's one of the things with our last projector, had very, very limited selections, and it couldn't keep the entire picture in focus if you change the viewing angle. This one definitely can. The problem is, although this does have an option for it to do that automatically, you can see it says auto on there, it actually only works, you can see it says only available for PC source. Oh, sorry, the laptop just went to sleep. Sorry. Okay, so If I press auto, you can see it says only available for PC source. And even though, this is a PC, what that means is it only works with that type of connection. So if I had realized that, I might have looked for a different model, but the good news is if you do need to keystone the image, it is actually very easy. You don't have to press anything else, you just use the up and down arrows here, and it brings up vertical keystoning, and you have, obviously you can see there, obviously it was already level when we started, but you have a lot of options. It can obviously do a much different, it can obviously change it a lot, and it stays in focus from top to bottom, no matter how far you do this. So again, that's just using the up and down arrows on the remote here. You can also do them on here. Pretty much anything that you do on the remote you can do on here if you look hard enough for it. There's volume control here. There's also volume control on the remote here. There are a few different picture modes that just do automatic settings. Right now it's on presentation. There's infographic, which just kind of makes the colors pop more and tries to make it sharper. Video, sRGB, don't have to worry about that one. Spreadsheet. There are different custom ones if you want to make a custom profile. There's bright, which I don't quite understand. I think that's designed, the color is a little weird on bright, and I think that's because it's designed for sunlight. So if you wanted to project this outdoors, then you would use the bright setting. I think for the most part, we'll probably just want to keep it on presentation. And if anybody wants to fiddle with it, obviously they can, but yeah. The thing I'm just crazy about is just how sharp it is, and how bright it is and how easy to read it is. I have all of the lights on in your hall, and it's bright and easy to read from anywhere in the room. I mean, obviously if you're far back, the text is really small, so it's hard to read that way, but in terms of like sharpness and just how easy it is to see, you can see it from anywhere. So when it's done, turning it off is a little weird. So you press so again, there's an on and off. You press the off switch once, and it says press the button again to turn it off. So you press it, so you press it a second time, and it says turning off, please wait. And then a weird thing here is that it seems like it's still on. That's because it takes a long time to turn off, and the reason for that is that because this projector gets so bright, it gets really, really hot in there where the lens is. So it needs like an extra minute after you turn it off to just finish cooling off. So that's why the fan keeps going after you power it off. You see the power indicator is blinking here. That'll stop blinking when it's actually turned off. You can hear the fan on. If you put your hand here, it's very, very warm. So that's the one thing that, hopefully guests won't try to put it away in the case themselves, and we'll just do that on our own, because you don't want to just disconnect the power and put it in the case before it's done cooling off, because it kind of needs to do that last step. So yeah, I think that just about covers enough basics for the group that's coming in tomorrow. I'm sorry this was 10 minutes long. I was trying to make it about 5, but this is not a natural sort of presentation mode for me. I'm not good at talking like this, so thank you for bearing with me. And yeah, hope this was satisfactory. There, you can hear it turned off. That's what I was waiting for. It stopped blinking. Fan is off. It's completely off, and you can unplug it now. All right, bye.